G'day guys, how are we going? Well look, we're heading away again for another weekend. Last night I stayed at a mate's place at Warrnambool, and this weekend we're going to head off to Mount Cole. Now the Mount Cole State Forest straddles the Great Dividing Range, and it's located about 175 kilometres northwest of Melbourne. Now I have been up this area once before with these fellas, and we did some pretty good tracks then. So they assure me we're going to do some pretty good stuff this weekend as well. I'm really looking forward to see what we get up to. Those canola fields certainly light up in the sunshine, don't they?
Yeah, they look really good. Almost looks like a golf course on the left-hand side. You'd be looking for your balls for a long time, Crop. Yeah, I know, but all the open areas are like fungus and stuff.
Pretty impressive sight, isn't it? You know, we travel all this way out from Warrnambool out of here, and it's as flat as a tack, and all of a sudden that Mount Cole range just pops out of nowhere, doesn't it?
Sure does. Always looks good on the horizon.
We're heading for. What's the walk in like?
Yeah, it's a nice little walk. It's not very long, but yeah, it's a nice little walk in amongst tree ferns and stuff.
Yeah, right, sounds good. What's it called again?
Fern Tree Falls, I think.
Fern Tree Falls, right, eh? Gonna jump out here, park the cars and go and check out Fern Tree Waterfalls. Sounds good. Hopefully there's plenty of water running over it. Well, that was a little walk in there to Fern Tree Waterfalls. That was certainly well worth going in and check out. Nice little easy walk in, not that far in, fair bit of water running over it. So check that out if you certainly do come in this area. Now it's going to drive off a bit further, and before we start the tracks, I'm going to pull over somewhere down here and get some air out of these tyres and get this day started. Okay, let's just air the tyres down. I've got running 18 psi in the front and 20 psi in the back. It's going to give me loads of traction. So now it's going to head off and find the first track for the day. So Glenn, what's this road on here, mate? After that little track we started on this morning, it's a pretty good little starter. So where are we heading for now?
This is main Mount Cole Road. It runs from the south to the north of the Mount Cole mountain range. And then all the bush tracks that we're going to travel will either go up or down from this track.
Yeah, right, so they pretty much lead off this main one as it goes through.
Yes, they do. And at any stage, when you're driving around up here, if you get lost or whatever, you just head up the hill until you hit this main Mount Cole Road, and you can follow it either way and get in or out of the mountain range.
Nah, pretty easy, that sounds good. So you have to use maps still when you come up here, or you just know the area that well now, you don't need them?
To be honest with you, this weekend I was just saying to Crofty when we were letting our tyres down, I'm running Aussie Explorer on my mobile phone for the first time, because I want to get in the habit of using it for these nav runs, because sometimes you've got to get out of the vehicle and get to waypoints and that, so I'm using it a bit like a handheld GPS.
Local knowledge feeding him, just can't beat it. It's always good going away with people that know the areas really well. The forest around Mount Cole was formed 390 million years ago. The forest covers an area of 12,150 hectares. The main trees in the southern part of the forest are mesmate, manna gum and blue gums. In the north, which is drier, there are yellow box and red stringy bark. And on some of the higher peaks, you'll even find some snow gums. reservoir we're going to check out? Has it got a name, has it, or what?
Sorry, we're going to check out Ben Nevis, the big lookout tower first. We'll end up at the reservoir later on.
Oh yeah, no worries. Here we are at the Ben Nevis lookout. I'm going to pull up here somewhere and get out and check out this view. It's pretty amazing. I'll show you a bit later on. Awesome view.
This way was more fun than going on the main road. Yes.
Here we are. Mount Cole Reservoir. What a stunning spot. Beautiful. Beautiful spot. Just pulled over, got a bit of wood on the roof now for the campfire for tonight. The boys have got a spot in mind where they reckon they're going to go and camp, but look, we've had a fantastic day and these guys sure know their way around this area around here. It certainly helps when you go with someone who's got some local knowledge. But look, it's been a great day. We've done some fantastic tracks. Find somewhere to camp, get a fire going and kick back and relax and let's talk about our day. Cole is a mountain over 1,400 metres high on the west side. It was discovered and photographed by the US Navy way back in 1946-47 while on Operation High Jump and named by the Advisory Committee on Antarctic Names for Nelson R. Cole. Well, that sure was a great place to spend the night there. But we woke up to a magnificent sunrise this morning, so we're heading out a bit early. We're going to head back up to that TV tower we rolled into yesterday. Boys were telling me around the fire there last night about a couple of signs that are on the fence up there to make people aware of what goes on up there. So I'm just going to head back up there and I'll show you that sign when we get there, because it's pretty amazing what can happen up here during winter. Back up here now at this TV tower. I'll jump out up here shortly and I'll show you this sign the boys were telling me about last night. It's pretty amazing, the warning signs up here to make you aware of what can happen up in these towers over winter. Well, that was pretty amazing seeing that sign, and just goes to show the extra hazards that, you know, probably wouldn't normally think about what can happen up here during winter, and wouldn't think about seeing icicles falling out of those towers, that's for sure. But Mate Glenn was saying that he's been up there during winter and seen big icicle spears actually stuck in the ground. So that's why that sign's up there, just to make you aware of what can go on over the winter period. Well, I'm just going to pull up in this nice little camp area here and put some air back in these tyres, and unfortunately I've got to head back for home. Geez, it's been a great weekend though, so we'll get some air back in these tyres and get back on the road. Well, always when you air your tyres up, unfortunately it brings the end to a great weekend, but it's been absolutely fantastic getting away with these guys. We've done some great tracks there yesterday. So this is one area, you know, it's certainly well worth coming up to check it out. But do get some local knowledge, because there's some pretty full-on tracks up here if you don't know where you're going. So I've aired my tyres back up, got to head back home. Look forward to seeing you guys on another one of Tim Bates' Full Drive Adventures.